Illuminati, Ronin's back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture films in the world we see. Deleted scenes where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Yeah, yeah. Just get out on your YouTube, bro, let's roll.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American, and YouTuber Ronin. I'd like to welcome you to tonight's episode of Reserved Seats. I want to first start off by saying hello to everyone currently following along on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. I want to say hello to a couple of people who have joined us here in the live chat. I see Clue Studio. Good to see you, sir. If she's the elder millennial, then I'm the toddler Gen X. Right on. I'd like to say hello to Enigma Severus, my co-host on the Mystery Movie Night podcast. All right. So, my guest is waiting patiently backstage. So let's welcome her on for her first solo appearance on this program. Ladies and gentlemen, Rachel Moliere, the elder millennial. Hello, hello. Jazz hands. Let's do this right. There you go. There you go. Alrighty.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Oh, anytime, anytime. So how's life treating you?
Good. I'm on vacation this week, which is why I can be up this late. Yay! Otherwise, I have to be working at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. But I'm on vacation, so I'm taking a staycation. Obviously, It's niece's birthday up in Vermont this weekend, so we're gonna go have fun. And I'm making cheesecake and stuffed jalapenos, locally from Vermont, so we don't get sick.
All right, so please give us your exact address and anywhere you will be at any given time. No. No.
Everyone is welcome.
Here.
You can come find us in the woods in Vermont.
Is it snowing?
What did you just say? You take that back.
Snow in Vermont. Anyway, all right. So, the first question that I normally ask to everyone who's, usually the first time, since it's your kind of first solo, because I did wrangle you into our Oscar after party thing. So,
yeah, that's right.
Or whatever the hell that was I was trying to do there. But yeah, so how did you first become involved in the the Manson family chronicles here that we refer to as YouTube?
The elder millennial is old, so I remember not having YouTube and then having it be this big thing, and then all of a sudden we're here now. And I never really watched it until the the pandemic made everyone stay home, and I found some new things to do. And my first foray was actually watching The Critical Drinker via my boyfriend. And then from there, I had found, I believe, I think it was Nerdrotic, maybe. And then, just from there, just other people, I found Nadia. And then from there, I really found myself in the chat, talking. And my boyfriend was like, why don't you just start your own channel and do what you want to do as well and talk to your friends online? And I was like, okay, Dad. So I did. And that's where we're at.
Oh, right on. And, yeah, it's kind of a similar story for me. And because I've actually had a page since 2014.
Oh, wow.
And I never really, I'd never really put any content out. I really didn't pay as much attention to YouTube as in retrospect I should have, because who knows where I'd be now with it. But yeah, during the involuntary house arrest, as I refer to it, we so kind of being stuck inside and kind of. I started out watching these like reaction channels, and I know that's not a very popular thing. They're not for everybody, but I started watching these a lot of these reaction channels, and and I was really into a show called Person of Interest that was on at the time, and they were in
I remember that show.
Yeah, it was in I think season 4 at the time, and. Little did we know that it was going to be a year between season 4 and season 5. Yeah. Yeah. First from Vermont. Hello. Indeed.
I know. Yes. Yeah, I know. My family's in Vermont. I'm in New Hampshire, just a state away. It's literally the same state.
All right. And hello to the bird woman of YouTube, Connie Cleary. Good to see you.
Hi, Connie.
Quite all right. We just got started. So I actually started out, like I said, watching a lot of these reaction channels, and I also kind of fell down the rabbit hole of like these disturbing movie kind of channels. The disturbing movie iceberg. What's that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I like regret that.
The B movies or like just like the disturbing ones?
The really, really messed up stuff. And I'm like,
gotcha.
There was a time like in my 20s where I would have gone seeking all of those movies out. But now I don't feel like I need to do all that. I'll let you kids handle this. And so I was watching those, and I kept getting popped up on the queue, Midnight's Edge.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, why are you not watching Midnight's Edge?
Mm-hmm.
I'll get to it. Watch Midnight's Edge. It sounds good. Yeah, I'll get to it. Why are you not watching Midnight's Edge? Okay, and then I got into that channel, and I became a member, and I wound up on a member show, and that was like the first time I ever appeared on anything, and it kind of just snowballed from there. So, it. I don't think YouTube was ready for the influx of people during COVID. I just come out and say COVID. I don't care. But, I just, I don't think they were ready, which is why because the odd thing that happened there is they kind of, and I am almost to the point where I kind of feel bad because they loosened a lot of the like monetization, and I know people had to be on who were on for years before, they had the subscribers and had to watch hours.
And then all of a sudden COVID came and they changed everything.
And they changed it, and now they're changing it back. There's this 8,000 hour thing that's floating around now that I
for the shorts.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't know what that's going to do to some channels. I kind of feel I kind of consider myself still something of a rookie at this. 4 years in, I still feel like I'm new, but I don't know. You've been around a bit here. How long now exactly?
Honestly, I think coming up in November, it's a year. It'll be a year. Yeah, because I think I got some notification that like StreamYard's about to renew for the year, and I was just like, wow, I've been using it for a year.
Huh.
not as much as I thought I would use it. And I was like, should I readjust my plan? And
Mm.
I was like, no, I think I might just work harder. That was kind of just like an eye opening of like, you have been using it, but now you need to just do a little better. And it's just all about time management is what I found over like starting up and doing this over the past year.
Hmm.
Don't do it for the money. I mean, for crying out loud, do not do it for the money. Do it for
No.
what you like to do, you like to talk about. For me, I like editing and I like paying tribute to things. So, like, a lot of my channel is now devoted to the in memoriams for people who've passed away, things that are, I have a series that for movies that are turning 50, which started last year for 1975. So, there's a video out for that, and then film debuts of 1975. So I'm working on 1976 this year, and then so on and so forth is what my trajectory is. But people, I've already said this. Please stop dying. You're going too fast. I cannot keep up. It is very sad. I do not like what I have been seeing lately. It's been so painful. Just so painful.
Yeah, I mean, just like in the last week, the news that we've gotten, and I went into it a little bit earlier tonight. It is especially with these younger actors, the ones who started out
Yes.
as kids.
Yes. I
That's
just realized everyone from Ice Princess, the two leads, they're gone. Both
Yeah.
this year. How is that
Yeah.
possible?
I don't know what's going on out there, and I do find it very troubling because this is not like a new phenomenon. This goes back to the beginning. Some of the stuff that the Little Rascals said later on, where Robert Blake ended up, and he was one of them. The girl from Family Affair, Judy Garland, we remember her for Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz was where her troubles began. And hello to Proctophile. Good to see you. And, because there was, and I brought this up, and hello, I did miss Corey. Hello, Wilkie's Movies and Music. Good to see you, sir. All right. How's the trucking business going, sir? How's that going? I hope that was going well.
I know his. I saw a little bit of your game earlier. I thought I was like, this is cute.
Yeah. And
my boyfriend does the one where he builds the bridges and stuff like that because he's an engineer, so he likes doing that.
Yeah. So, I was remembering back to this thing actually that the Drinker had done, which was this Production Hell series that he's doing now. And he did an episode on Wizard of Oz. And, her whole drug addiction started with diet pills because some producer told her she was too fat for the costume. That girl was like 90 pounds soaking wet, if that, And so, no, I mean, this has been, like I said earlier, this has been going on for so long. And it's like I'm remembering all of these names of all these, these young kids who just grew up to be a mess.
Yeah.
And there's been so many of them this year alone, they got, and then there's the kid, the Disney kid who disappeared off a bridge, left his car up on the bridge, and they don't know what happened to him.
What now?
Joe Pickler or something. He's like this kid actor, and then like they think he like took a header off a bridge. This was like a few years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, this is over and over again. And and all of this into rehab stints. And then,
Mm-hmm.
they have people bring them drugs inside the rehab center. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
then what's the point of all this then?
Yeah, how are you helping? So it's
You know,
it's so when you hear stories like Lindsay Lohan coming
yeah,
back doing movies, I was like, you go girl, I will watch every single one of your movies.
yeah.
I was like,
I
I
mean,
will be there for you to support you back on your journey. She's happy. She's doing what she loves. She's not worried about Hollywood anymore. They are toxic. They're
yeah. The best thing to do, and the people who seem to last the longest are the ones that don't live in Hollywood. They're the ones
yes,
that's,
yes.
and not just the kid actors who are kind of kept out of LA, and there are a few. You got the people who choose to live outside. Um, back in the day, I remember the big deal they made out of Bruce Willis moving to Idaho.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
You know,
remember that. Yeah, I
and he was
remember
like,
that.
"I am
Yeah.
not raising my kids in Hollywood. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
doing it." And
Mm-hmm.
which is why I think they managed to seem to have been untouched to this whole thing. I mean, a couple of them have done movies, but no big deal.
Yeah.
They seem to be okay. I think that's really the best thing. And just like, and sorry to my friends and the people who watch my channel who live in California, and there's certainly some. Dude, just get out of there.
Yeah.
Before
I
they
lived
burn
there
it,
for a year and a half. Yeah.
before they burn it to the ground, just get out of there. It's a mess. Or get a new governor or something. I don't know. I'm not going to go into the whole thing tonight, but
Make a change.
yeah,
Be like Michael Jackson and make a change.
Indeed. In English, this is why I think it's very true. Anything inside and interesting is easily enslaved to anything and everything. Yeah, and that's it. I see a pattern, and this pattern needs to come to an end.
I agree.
Because there are too many people gone too young who didn't need to be.
I agree.
So yeah. So anyway, back to your channel. What was kind of like your first video? Did you like, how did you start? Did you start out doing shorts, or did you just jump in with content right away, or?
I did jump in with content. I remember I still have the notebook somewhere, writing down all my ideas. I was like, okay, what am I going to call myself? What's the channel name? What are you going to do for your first video? I read somewhere that, if you're starting up a channel, it's good to have like at least 10 videos already lined up. And I was like, I work full time. Nobody got time for that. I don't have time for that. Okay. I'm not no 12-year-old that's just like starting this off. So my first video, I remember it was another compilation series called the Great Actor Series, where it was James Earl Jones. He had just passed away, so it was kind of easy to do this. And I was just like, oh, I love all of his movies. I'm going to put these together. And it was just a nice, I think 25 minute video on the beginning and all the movies that he's done and highlights of them. And I was going to switch between male and female. So the next one I was going to do was going to be Maggie Smith. And the focus on the Great Actor Series was that it wouldn't be people who are alive. It would be people who passed, because then you can focus on their full career. I find it odd when someone does some autobiographical movie and the person's like still alive. And I was like, what? That's weird. It's not like the movie that's coming out where I play Rocky is about him doing Rocky. That's not about Sylvester Stallone's like life. So that's a different thing. But like they did Elton John, and I was just like, okay, but he's still all right. He's still here, but okay. So yeah, that was my first video. Yeah, I forgot the rest of the question.
Hello to Sin's Corner. So I'm turning in already, but I wanted to hop in and say hi. Have a great stream. I'll try to catch the replay. Right on. Yeah, true. I'm happy in the rare cases like Julia White, where a child actor transitions to adulthood with no hiccup. Yeah, he seems to be doing fine. Melissa Joan Hart looks just like she did when she was on Sabrina. She hasn't changed a bit. Jennifer Love Hewitt seems to have gotten through things unscathed. Yeah.
Oh, and the other one from Party
Sarah
of
Michelle
Five.
Gellar. Yeah. Nev Campbell. Yeah, they seem to have all.
Lacey Charbet. There we go.
Yeah,
I was like, she's my
Charbet.
girl.
Yeah,
my
she's
Hallmark girl.
Yeah. Yeah, she does do a lot of those Hallmark movies, which there's nothing wrong with. It's good. There's
nothing wrong.
Those are popular. Those are popular movies. Otherwise they wouldn't still be making them.
God bless my boyfriend. Every Christmas comes around, and I'm like, okay, you have your obligatory Hallmark movie you have to watch with me. You choose one. You're allowed to make fun of it. I give him freedom to make comments in the peanut gallery because otherwise he can't sit through it.
Oh,
but it is always entertaining.
Yeah, I feel that. He owns the Oracle brand now. He's set for life. Yeah, he's doing one of these house flipping programs where they're taking a bunch of like 90s kid TV actors. Like I said, Melissa Joan Hart, Jodie Sweetin. There's a couple other ones in there. I saw a commercial for that the other day. So yeah,
I've never seen that.
That's what I said. Huh. Okay, well, good to see you. Proctor Files asking, was that the start of your RIP series?
You mean like the In Memoriams? I would say no. I always wanted to do In Memoriam. I think I had a whole list of like different segments of stuff that I wanted to do. So In Memoriams was one. The Great Actor Series is another. Film Debuts was another. Movies Turning 50 was another. So all of that were different segments. Thank you for the question. You in the back.
Yes. Chat.
You sir,
guys,
in the red.
You know me. Jump in. If you have any questions, no problems. We'll get to them. Still got plenty of time. Plenty of show left.
Yeah.
And that's your show. Thank you. Good night.
I was telling Deleted backstage chat, I was like, listen, I told my therapist, I said, ask me questions. If you ask me to talk about myself, I'll just go into virtually nothing. I flunked improv. Okay. I can't do it. I just can't talk. If I have a script, if I know what I'm talking about, then it's just fine. But oh, thank you, Clue. I like my enthusiasm too. It's from my daddy.
Indeed. All right. So, where do you kind of see your channel going here in future? You have anything kind of percolating that you want to? You feel comfortable going into right away, or something that you would like to achieve in the future that maybe you haven't gotten to yet?
Well, I keep adding segments, but yet I haven't really thought of like what future looks like. I started this one came from going to the movie mystery nights and being on your show. So thank you. I call it, in case you missed it, Real Late News. It's our EEL. And I cover everything that was on streaming and in theaters for that particular month. And just earlier today, I think I finished recording my script for April. And I really like doing those, because I watch almost everything that I'm covering. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I watch all the trailers. I watch all of, I don't watch them like fully. Some of the people, they need to cut these. Some of these trailers for TV shows and movies are like 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes long. I'm like, what happened to the good old days of your teaser trailer and your 90-second trailer, and then that's it, you're done. Come see the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, they need to go back to that.
I remember seeing some of seeing trailers from older films, back 50s, 60s, that did go, to the kind of 3, 4, sometimes 5 minute mark. Seriously, and yet oddly, none of them really gave the movie away. That was the weird thing.
Interesting.
Especially, I mean, if you want to get into interesting trailers, the one that Hitchcock did for Psycho is really something.
I haven't seen Psycho yet. I've seen. I haven't seen the trailer either, so really? I guess I'll watch the trailer. Yeah.
Okay.
It is on the.
It's interesting. Yeah.
It is on the movie list, I believe, for October. So
well, there you go.
That's the other thing. Some of the people in the chat know this. I decided that I was going to watch a movie every day this year.
Right.
And for October, I made the month all horror films. And I believe, Psycho is on there for October 28th. So I'll finally get to see it. Yay!
Nice. Yeah, it's...
She said finally.
It is. Yeah, indeed. It's a good one. And you'll see how many movies it has inspired, and just, which actual killers were actually inspired by it.
Ooh, okay.
Or I should say inspired it, not inspired. Well, probably were inspired by it, but
I get it.
Yeah, you get what I mean. Yeah, it is. It's an interesting one. It's a neat ticket. It, unfortunately, it kind of typecast Anthony Perkins for the rest of his career. But because he kind of got stuck playing Norman Bates or variations on him, throughout. He's somebody who was always pretty interesting. Just kind of his kind of backstory. He had himself a life. And unfortunately kind of had because he was bi, so that was at a time when he really couldn't come out and say that.
Wow.
And there was a time when
I
he
didn't
really
know that.
couldn't come out and kind of say that, and so and kind of it's almost like this guy had to do some pretty major tap dancing to his life, but the guy is a damn good actor, and he got stuck kind of playing, like I said, either playing Norman Bates or variations on him throughout. And I'm glad that he kind of got a chance later on to start, he wasn't always the psycho killer all the time. There were other films. The movies that he did before that, Friendly Persuasion, comes to mind, where he plays this it's about this family of Quakers, and he goes off to war, and it's about the father kind of tracking him down to try to bring him back. It's a pretty good movie. Doesn't get played. I think it was 1957. I think that came out. So it was before Psycho, and so the guy is actually pretty interesting character actor. And I was kind of aware of him, but I hadn't seen Psycho. I was aware of what it was. I pretty much knew the whole plot of that movie when I was little, before I saw it, which is why I don't want to give much away. But the part that freaks everybody out when they watch that movie the first time is not the part that gets me. It's another part that happens later, because I didn't know that was coming. So there's the big twist, and then there's a holy crap moment that happens a little later on, that I was like, oh, that's the part where I got the most scared. Because okay,
I know about the famous like shower scene, but
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know who. I don't know when. I don't, so I know the shower scene. That's very, very famous, but that's it. That's all I
Well,
know.
I was always aware of Psycho because in my day it was Halloween, right? You have
Okay.
Jamie Lee Curtis, Janet Leigh, her mother in Psycho. So they were always, it was always like she was like, now here's Junior doing her own horror movie. That's kind of the way people looked at it at the time. So it was like, okay, so you have Halloween, you've got, you've got, you know, you've got, Janet
What
Leigh's
else was?
daughter in this horror
Yeah.
movie. And
Mhm.
so that's how I knew of Psycho, was actually through Halloween. And I'd seen Halloween
She
first.
does look like her mom now that I'm seeing it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she
wow.
does.
My goodness.
But
Do you know, I would think it would be so sad, like sitting on a beach and reading all of these people's like autobiographies that they wrote and just like all of the trauma that they probably had to go through in like the 40s and 50s and 30s and making movies and all the changes and you're too fat at 90 pounds. Oh, God. Probably so sad.
yeah. And so anyway, kind of going off on my biography of Anthony Perkins. So I kind of knew of Psycho through Halloween. So yeah, I kind of had to reverse engineer back. And so I knew who Anthony Perkins was. I knew he was in Psycho, but I kind of had first heard of him through a couple of other movies. And one was this movie called Mahogany with Billy D. Williams and Diana Ross.
Yeah.
And he's in that. And
I saw him in that. Oh,
yeah.
Is he the art person?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh.
He was in that. And he was in there was like a TV version of Les Mis where he's Javert. So that was kind of really early on. But the movie that I got to see first with him was this movie called Folks with Roger Moore. And it's out. You can actually find it on YouTube. It's old. You can find it. And it's basically the idea is he gets on board this tugboat with this group of guys. It's kind of a Die Hard in a way. It's Anthony Perkins, and he's got this whole group of guys with him. One of them's Michael Parks, being suitably Michael Parks. So you got, wait a minute, Anthony Perkins and Michael Parks in the same movie. Aren't they canceling each other out? Yes, but it's damn fun watching them cancel each other out. So they take over this tugboat, and the idea is that they're going to ransom. They go and they put bombs because the tugboat is like resupplying like these oil rigs, and they go and they put like a bomb on a couple of oil rigs, and ransom the oil rigs. And so
I'm the captain now.
Yes, basically, yeah. And so that's when Roger Moore's character gets called in. This Rufus Excalibur Folks, 2 Fs, because, and he's sort of like the anti James Bond. Hates women.
Roger Moore?
Roger Moore. Only out to kill bad guys. He's like, I'm when I die, I'm leaving everything to my cats. He's got like a million cats all over the place. He's this very quirky guy. But of course, he has a plan to thwart this kind of an attack. So they call him in to, it's simply, how do I anticipate their moves? what would I do in that situation? So that's kind of what he does.
Mhm.
And then it's him working this plan. It's actually not a bad. It's like an hour and a half. It flies. It's a pretty good movie. But that's kind of where I first kind of got 100 proof Anthony Perkins was in that movie. And then it kind of just went from there. Yeah, he was outed through a tabloid. Yeah, he got done dirty. The Inquirer, yeah, doctor's nurse sold his AIDS test results to the tabloid. That's how he's, yeah, and that's how he found out he had it. Yeah.
Cruel.
Very.
Cruel.
Very, yeah.
Shameful.
So
hi, Nate.
yeah. Hello, Nate. Thank you. Yeah. So like I said, it's, yeah, he kind of got not only done dirty that way, but then kind of being typecast as like this psycho in a lot of stuff, like, so he's one of those guys who I felt kind of deserved much better than really got. But yeah, he did some damn good movies. Psycho is definitely up there. Like I said, if you haven't seen it, I won't give kind of really anything else away, and I already have. But but yeah, this. I was watching your show the other night with the films from last month.
Yes.
Right. From
yes.
Yeah.
April.
April. So not last month. From April.
I know.
Okay. That's where I'm getting confused. All right. So yeah, I mean, okay. So how do you find time in a day to watch a movie a day?
Many people had asked that in the beginning, and I was like, well, fortunately, I'm one of the few. I work full time from home. So like me sitting here is, computer like playtime and computer work time. Like my work computer is just like underneath here. And to the left of me, I have a 45-inch screen TV boyfriend mounted up on the wall. So I work, I watch movies. And I usually do it after Good Morning America. So I have like a set time so I can, get the rest of my work done and that I don't forget. You really have to stick to a schedule if you can. In the very beginning, I forgot to insert like schedule for traveling and all these other things. And I was like, oh, I missed my movie. There were some months I missed my movie 2 days in a row. And I was like, oh, that's what the weekend's for. So, I didn't like punish myself or anything. I just made sure I caught up. But so I think it was Corey, actually. It was like, you should do a recap. And so I started doing the recaps. Proctophile was actually watching all of the movies with me in January as much as he could. And also in the beginning of February, too. And then he went off and started doing his own stuff, which is excellent. And I'm very proud of him. So I think sometime after being on Corey's channel, I was like, oh, hey, does anybody want to do this with me? And so I started the recap 4 months late. So I think in April, I made everyone start watching January and then so on and so forth. So now we're going to be doing May in September. Yeah.
Makes sense.
It does. It makes sense in my head.
So yeah, I mean, could I watch a movie a day? Maybe. But I things happen, and I kind of, I have, I'm working in the day, not at home. I do this at night pretty much. And, I am a firm believer in keeping schedule. 60% of the time, well, yeah, that goes for anything. Let's be honest. 60% of the time, it makes 100% sense. Yes. What about the other 40%? Let's not go into the other 40. No. So yeah. So yeah, and I have to write like a to-do list down where I will place myself on camera very briefly. So I just like have this notebook, and I try to get everything through today. And I don't always there's a few things that end up getting left out, but it's how it is. It's I'm trying to get back to this reading a book a week. I used to be able. I used to be able to do that. I could read a book a week. Or
Bless you, sir.
Or some of them would go into 2 weeks, and I came up with this system of if you read 50 pages a day, you can finish a 300 some odd page book in a week.
Okay.
Or if it's something that just naturally reads pretty fast,
Right. Right.
you can get there. Short chapters usually helps. Being concise. I'm not saying stay away from the classics. It's just that there are certain books that you understand that you have to read over time. Like, I tend to stay away from, when you have books that start getting into the 600 or 700, or dare I say it, even 1,000 page. Yeah, I don't have time for that,
I read it, which is over 1,000 pages finally.
It's over 1,000 pages. The guy who wrote House of Leaves has a book out called Tom's Crossing. I did an unboxing for it. That's 1,000 pages. You could drop that on someone's head and probably severely injure them. It is a humongous, and House of Leaves is a book I have something of a history with, because I keep going back and restarting it. It's almost like I am the perfect crime. Yeah, it's almost like I am stopping myself from reading it, because I know what it gets to comparisons to, but there's almost a part of me that almost it doesn't want to finish it, because I kind of want the mystery to be there. But I know I'm eventually going to have to read it, because I'm going to get curious as to what the hell is going on in this thing.
Have they made is it old enough that they've made a movie adaptation or TV, or is it?
I don't think you could adapt it.
Oh, okay. I want to read this. The House of what? The Leaves?
The House of Leaves. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's been, I would say that there have been movies that have kind of cherry picked things from it. But I don't think that you could straight up adapt it, because of the way a super funky book it is, because because it's done in a way where you have the book itself is written by a character within the book, and then you have another character that is going back and reading it, and he's adding in his own thing and his own footnotes. And the trouble is that guy is going insane as he is reading the book. So
that's funny. That sounds like a take on the word.
Yeah, and you have, and then you have almost this kind of Blair Witch thing going on within the story. This kind of, because the idea. Okay, I'll try to explain it. Is you have a guy who is writing a book about a documentary. He dies while he is writing this book, while he is researching this book and writing about this documentary about this house that has this hallway inside. It's one of those kind of liminal space horror kind of backroomy kind of things going on.
Okay.
And these people move into a house and find out that the hallway in the house is bigger on the inside of the house than it is on the outside. So it's got that going on. If you've ever heard the album Haunted by Poe, the singer for Poe is the sister of the guy who wrote House of Leaves. And Haunted, you could kind of say, is a sort of soundtrack for the book. It's really kind of about their dad dying, but it's also kind of about House of Leaves as well. And it's pretty trippy. And it's a good companion piece. And anyway, so I am doing a horrible job of describing this book. So anyway, you have this documentary. You have the guy who is writing about the documentary. He dies. His neighbor finds the book, starts reading it, and he's this tattoo artist, and he has this like childhood of like abuse and all this, and so he's a mess. And as he looks deeper into the documentary and what happened there and reading this book, and he comes to find out that the guy who is writing the book is blind. So if he was blind, how did he see this documentary?
Oh, heck
and
no.
how could he know so much? Yeah, there you go. So, but the way that, like I said, the way that it's written is it's explaining what's going on in the documentary. It's explaining what's going on with the lead character, and you've got all of the footnotes that he's writing in. And then you have somebody who has gone behind him and they're writing in their own footnotes. And then you've got, like I said, it's like super short. Sometimes you can have like these really long chapters, and then you can have like these really super short chapters. And then there are pages that just have like one word on them. And reading this book is almost like putting a puzzle together. It is
I love puzzles.
Trip. It's like 700 pages long. But like I said, there are pages where sometimes it's just a paragraph, or it's just a line, or it's just a word, So
that's awesome.
It's got a lot going on. It's almost like you're reading 3 or 4 different books at once, but they all are trying to connect together. And it's almost like I've tried to watch videos, and there are a lot of videos out there of people trying to explain this book, and I've never gotten to the end of it because I don't want to know the ending. I want to get there myself. And and it's,
you're gonna finish it at the end of the year at least. Are you taking it one word at a time?
I might. Because it's almost one of those books that you almost kind of have to read at a certain pace to kind of take it all in. But anyway, like I said, what I tried to do was, there's a guy, I don't really listen to him anymore because he got a little political, but there was this guy named Criminali, and he's out of the UK, and which I would tell you a lot right there. But he had this thing called the 52 book a year challenge. So the idea is that, you can almost kind of, it doesn't have to be a physical book. If you got a book on a Kindle, you can read it on the Kindle. You're still reading the book.
Yeah. Just
You
read
don't
it.
own it, but you still read the book. Don't let me go down that rabbit hole. But anyway, the thing is that I actually tried to do this, and every time that I try to do it, that's when I never make the goal. When I'm not trying to make a goal, I can sit down and, I can. It's almost like when I'm not trying to read 52 books a year, I can do it. But when I am trying to purposefully do it, I can't do it because stuff always gets in the way.
Yeah.
Last year, and I actually wrote down all the titles. Last year, I read 16 books.
Okay.
The whole year. For me, that is an embarrassment.
Oh.
Because I know I can do more. So I came to realize it, part of it's work, part of it's the fact that I'm involved with this now, that takes some of the time I would have ordinarily have had, but it's something I do want to get back to because I have enough books in my house. I can start my own library. And I am not one of these people who likes to give away books, or I certainly don't want to throw any away, even though I did it once, and it was like the book the Goslings wrote after I found out that show was complete BS. And so I tossed that out. The one book I have ever physically thrown away, and I didn't feel the least bit bad about it. But I kind of have this very weird thing about books, and do not mention the wood book burning around me. I will go off. And, yeah, so I have enough books that I can start a library, but I don't want to, I just don't really have the time. I've got stacks of books over there. I have a bookshelf in my living room. That's how bad I am with having books in my, it is, I am terrible. And so I came up with this thing of separate out all of the books that I have that are 300 pages or less. And I could probably get through those fairly quickly. And then I could start to move up to some of these longer books that I have. Yeah, that's right. Because I go into this, there's like an independent bookstore in my town, and sometimes they will give me like the galleys, the dailies before they're not out. We can't sell these, but maybe if you can crack them. So let's just say that there are a couple of books that I've read a little early, and so that's so I've been trying to get back into that. Now I even had a video up where I was going to talk, where I'd actually talked about what I wanted to do, and that was like a couple of years ago, and I never went back to it. Fortunately, no one remembers that video because I never got back to do it. I was gonna make a whole series of videos where I was going to chronicle all of the books that I was reading, and I never did. And so I guess very long story short, sorry folks, my next question to you would be, have you ever had an idea that you kind of abandoned for whatever reason, that maybe you'd want to go back to it in the future, but if there was something that, just like you did a video for or thought about doing a video for, and then just like, let's put a pin in that and move on to other things?
No, not yet. Only because I feel like I'm still in the very throes of the beginning of all of this. So having set up all of the different segments that I mentioned earlier, and having only begun them, there hasn't been anything that I am removing. However, now that I am speaking of this, I am thinking, Proc's going to love this. The adventure of watching a movie a day has been wonderful, but slightly exhausting. So I have my list already made for 2027. I know, I'm crazy. It wasn't me. It was the AI. And I think what I might do is just keep the list going, and just like give it to people. But it doesn't have to be every day. It's just going to be a list of movies I haven't seen. If we have a movie weekend, I'll just pick something off of it. But I might not do the movie every day. Yeah, I know. I had told him in the beginning, I was like, yeah, I'm working on 2028. And he's like, what?
Proctophile. This is just for Proctophile. I think this is Rachel's way of slowly torturing you, over a period of time. And I really think that maybe you should, get away from her, because she's kind of like Sin, and I think she's like secretly like a really violent psychopath. And no, sorry.
Remember, my weapon, unguarded. Oh my goodness.
No.
Sim was like, what is that? I was like, it's a nail filer. Okay. Sorry.
You saw our last stream, right? It's tested me pretty hard. Yeah.
Man, I deserved that. I did.
4 hours where I think you all said, we're going to wrap this up for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And I've had shows like that, so I can't really talk. Nate has a question, Rachel. What was the first movie you saw at the cinema, and what is your favorite type of movie?
Okay. Good Lord. Sir. I'm old. My first... Okay. Let's see.
Elderly.
Hold on.
Decrepit. As am I.
I need my memory bank, which is my brother. I'm going to see if he's awake. I'm going to text him and be like, do you remember the first movie I saw? Because I don't. And then I'll let you know. But my favorite type of movie. Okay. What was the first movie I saw? My brother's going to be like, what? Probably comedies. And that's because of my dad. And that's because we grew up watching nonstop Pink Panther series and Hook. Those were the rotation of my diet when I was young. And so I would probably say comedies are my favorite thing to watch, because it always reminds me of my dad and hearing his laugh. So that would be probably it. I don't know the first movie. I said my brother sent back 2 question marks. I'm live right now.
I'm on the show that's hosted by
and
this
someone has a question.
Annoying guy who thinks he's a YouTuber. And I said yes for some reason. I don't know why.
We moved to Florida in 1988, and I was 7. So when did The Little Mermaid come out? Because it would have been a Disney movie. No, not that one. The original. Okay, 80.
Yeah.
It would have been that one then. Because I 89. Okay. I guarantee it was probably The Little Mermaid. Yep. I had Disney blood from a very, very young age until they messed up everything and I no longer have Disney blood, but I worked there for 4 years. I was at the Tower of Terror, at MGM Studios, not Hollywood Studios as they've changed their name now. It's still MGM Studios to me. And yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I loved working there. Had they paid an actual living wage, I guarantee I might still be working there. It was one of the most exciting experiences. You got to meet people from all over the world. And yeah, now when you hear about going to the parks, it's a little, this and that and that and this. But when I worked there, there really wasn't a whole bunch of, cameras going around and social media aspects and all that stuff. So, yeah. Oh, okay. I take it back.
Yeah, I was in high school in 88 too, I think. Yeah. Yeah. So 88, 89, yeah. Was my freshman year, I think. So you were you a cast member, or were you just like what character were you?
Yes, I worked at the Tower of Terror, so I was a bellhop, and we did our rotation, and I did, welcome to the Tower of Terror, and we had our script that we had to do and everything like that, and you memorize and how to put people on the rides and everything like that. And there's special people who do the actual controls. You have to have like technical degrees to run that, but otherwise as a cast member, wonderful. My biggest and most exciting experience was when they have a child exchange turn off, and so there's a little back way that you can walk the parents so they can switch, the ride, and they don't have to go through the whole line again and everything like that. They just switch off with the child, and I bring the parent back upstairs to the ride, and then just put them on the ride. We also used it for celebrities. This was when Jennifer Garner and Scott Foley were married, dating, or whatever, and I had to walk them, upstairs. I keep saying upstage. And I had a box of tissues in my hand because I had like a little sniffle, but I didn't want to call out, but it wasn't bad enough that it was just like one of those constant running things. And I was just like, all right, I'll just keep it with me. Scott saw it and was like, is the ride really that scary? And I know I said I failed at improv, and I don't know how, because I literally looked at him and I was like, yes. Just a small yes, in the lowest voice that I could register. Jennifer started giggling. I will never forget it. It's one of my favorite memories. So I met a lot of people. I met Susan Sarandon. I say meet. You don't really meet them. Anthony Hopkins and Cuba Gooding Jr. when they did that movie together, they did the film premiere at Disney, and I had to walk them backstage. And some other people, but I don't remember who else. But the 4 years that I was there, 3 years was doing Tower of Terror, and then the fourth year, I was what they called a floater and did all of the different sections of the park. And just picked up whatever needed to get done. A lot of it was when they had the film premiere. So really big back in the day when NSYNC, Britney Spears, and all of them did those specials on ABC and stuff like that. I was in the background making sure that things were just okay, just my job. So that's what I did for my last. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. But they paid $5.85 an hour back then. So. And in Florida, it's cheap, but it's not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. Yeah. Not even in what that would have been 1998 to 2002. Yeah. Right after high school. Sorry. Shouldn't bite my nails.
All right. Yeah, this is one she mentioned on the show. Product Faust is My Face After the Untamed. Yeah, I remember I was in the chat when you all were trying to describe that movie, and I was like, what? What kind of cosmic frickin' bunny hole have I fallen down here? And I'm still not sure I got it after you all explained it. Because
tentacles come to life.
Because I was thinking it was because there's another movie that was a few years ago that was called The Untamed. That's like a completely different movie than when I was. Well, you got me a couple of times because when you brought up, I know Shall We Dance was one. And I thought, I was thinking also the Richard Gere version. I got to look at the date. I got to look at the date, and think, because I'm aware that it's a remake. But
Sid was so adamant. She's like, no, it's the Richard Gere one. I was like, no, I put 1996. No. She's like, oh.
Yeah.
It's the same movie. I had seen the Richard Gere one first. It's the Japanese one is actually better because it dives into the characters a little bit more than the American version.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's why Seven Samurai is an hour longer than most of the remake stuff on it. Yeah. So basically, Sin's story is going to be you forced her to watch a Jennifer Lopez movie. That's going to be the story.
Yeah. And my response will always be, it was the AI.
How dare you? Damn you, ChatGPT. It hurt me say
books,
that.
Oh, yes. It did here. I wanted to get back into reading books as well. Not as ambitious as you are as completing a book a week. It's brilliant. God bless you, sir. My thing was I was really like, okay, that's right. What was coming out that I wanted to watch, and then I found out it was a Stephen King book. The one, not The Long Walk. It was before The Life of Chuck.
Life of Chuck.
The Life of Chuck. So I found I was like, okay, I'm going to get back into reading, and I'm going to read all the books that they're turning into movies this year. So I had, surprisingly enough, unfortunately, I should say, they were all bloody Stephen King. I had The Life of Chuck, and then after that, I read The Long Walk, and then after that, actually, I was going to read The Running Man, but then boyfriend saw The Running Man. Everyone saw the remake of The Running Man. They said it was not as good as Arnold's, and I was like, okay, well then I don't want to read. Oh, I also read The Institute because of the TV show, and
which is when I think I first saw you was on
Nadia's channel.
Nadia's channel talking about how bad The Institute was. I was having so much fun listening to that. I don't remember if it was Nadia's. No, it wasn't Nadia's channel. It was another channel that's been doing videos on that show Invasion. That's on Apple TV. And it's all I know from it is the woman from the Extraction movies is in it, the Indian woman. She's in it, and Sam Neill was in it.
Oh, okay.
And it was all of the if I can speak, I didn't speak very well. I remember I was never this drunk on the show before. Anyway, but anyway, all of the promotional material for Invasion surrounded Sam Neill. They kill him off in episode 1.
Bitch, what?
Yeah.
I hate when they do that. They did that for Silo.
Who did they kill in Silo?
In the beginning, they marketed it with Radisha Jones and David Oyelowo. Sorry for spoilers, but they're gone within the first 2 or 3 episodes. I was like, hello?
Whoa.
What? There's a reason, but yeah, you need to watch Silo is Apple TV. Subscribe to Apple TV. I never say anything.
I have it through the
That's the only one I subscribe to. Great shows, great movies. That F1 racing.
Oh yeah, it does now, doesn't it?
But anyway, reading books. I wanted to do
right.
that. The Institute, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Institute. The book was great. They turned the TV show into crap, and they renewed it for season 2. Ladies and gentlemen, just you wait. Just you wait. Nadia thinks she's not coming back. Oh, yes, she is. They're all coming back. Corey, you still on? You coming back too? I can't wait to see what horrible shite, excuse my language, they are going to try and pull, because it was a one and done book and it was a good book. And now they're going to try and stretch it out. So after that, and I found out all this stuff, and then The Running Man was bad, I actually stopped reading all of Stephen King. I had already started it, so I finished it, and then I was like, that's the last I'm going to read, because I actually want to see the differences in what they did, because I loved Welcome to Derry. Really good show. But I'm with Nadia. They change things in the prequel that don't match the characters in the book, and I'm like, how is that going to work? So anyway, that's that. I the next book that I read, which is now the last time I'm reading a book that's being turned into movies, because I didn't like the book, is Claire and the Sun. They're turning that into a movie. Oh, it was recommended on GMA Book Club, and I was like, oh, okay, let me read it. And I was reading it, and I found out, as because it was being turned into a movie with Jenna Ortega and I forgot the redhead's name, because now they all look alike. Amy Adams. Oh, the book, the way I was reading, and it was going good, and then it just literally just really bad ending, to the point where I had to look it. I was like, I'm not reading the end of this. Looked it up online, read what it was about. I didn't like it, and I knew I wouldn't like, and I was like, I don't like this book. So I am going to need some like new recommendations, because I'm reading of books that are being turned into movies has been fallen by the wayside. So I'm excited for this House of Leaves. Yeah.
Well, that's definitely one I need to finish. I started reading The Dog Stars, and I'm trying to finish it. I'm trying to finish it before the movie comes out. Okay. Trouble is, the movie's going to come out next weekend. I don't think I'm going to make it.
Hop to it.
Yeah. So there's that one. I've got a stack that's got the Exit 8 book in it. I started out reading this book called The Caretaker.
Oh, why does that sound familiar?
But
that sounds familiar.
I think I know where they're going with it. So I'm kind of dreading the rest of it. But
I might go back to Harlan Coben books. Have you read any of his stuff?
I don't think I have.
He's like the suspense whodunit kind of thing.
Yeah.
Takes you on loops and things like that. Very, like The Woman on the Train or The Woman in the Window or whatever that book was, that, those types of things. I like those. So.
Yeah, I'm as all over the place with books as I am with movies and music. I have this pretty wide range of, I'll go from like bless you. I'll go from like a detective novel to, and hello to our man from the future, Sashi. Good to see you. Yes, the Asian representation has arrived. Yes. Raise the power. Thank you, brother Sashi. Thank you. Anyway, so I'm pretty eclectic. I'll be like a detective novel one day, and then I'll be like maybe like a horror novel the next, and I like I said, I don't really. I might get bored reading a book, and maybe I'll put it aside, but I never don't finish a book. One time I put a book down, and it was this book called Lost Souls. It's this kind of very dark kind of vampire book about vampires. About this kid who finds out he's from a family of vampires, and it's very explicit. I'll put it that way. It's 0 Fs. And it goes into some extreme areas and places. And I don't remember, there's a point in the book where I said, there is no way this ends well for anybody. You have passed a point of no return. There is no way on God's green earth, if any of you believed in a God at all, that you are getting out of this situation. You are not. You cannot, because you have set this up in such a way. You have set up a situation where you're all going to die in the most horrific freaking way imaginable. And then I don't remember anything else about the book.
Wow.
So I always assumed that I stopped reading at that point, because I didn't particularly want to see any of the characters die, even the bad ones. It's just bad decisions. You're immortal and you're believing your own press. You know, so, you know, you think you're a rock star, and you're not. You're just this asshole vampire, you know. But, you know, so I put it down. But I found it a little while back in a stack of books I know I finished reading. That's where I put the stack that I finished.
Oh.
Whatever happens at the end of that book,
I can't remember.
I mentally blocked out the ending. So now I want to reread the book to find out what happened that was so damn horrific after that.
Don't do it. Don't do
That
it.
made me block out the ending.
God has saved you and put the book away. He has told the spirit, he said, pick up that book and put it in the done pile.
Yeah. So I don't know.
You're going to open the back of that book and you're going to find scribbles and you're going to find marks. I will pray for you.
And then unto her they redacted, and then redacted, and then he went down the hallway and redacted, and then he picked up the redacted and then redacted. You know, that's what the book is going to be. One thing that was a bit of a reverse of that. Another book I didn't finish, but for different reasons. Which is I put it in a stack and I don't remember where I put it, was this Clive Barker book called Mr. Begone. That starts out, burn this book. That's what it says on the first page, burn this book.
No.
Turn the page. No, I'm telling you, seriously, burn it. Next page. No, I don't care if you're in a bookstore. Put it back on the shelf. Do not read the rest of the way. You know, turn the page. Okay, asshole. You asked for it. You kept reading. Now I'm going to tell you this story. And I'm like, that's actually kind of funny. That's one I got to find where I put it and finish the rest of it, because that actually looked like that might be kind of fun in its own way. But yeah, you know, but yeah, you know, it's I kind of look at it, you know, like a good book the same way I would look at a good movie. You know, I know what I like, I know what I gravitate towards, and you know, I'll either like it or I, you know, but you know, maybe sometimes I'm wrong, but yeah, but that's one of the things I've been wanting to get back to, and yeah, like I said, I have enough books I can start a library. So
Yeah.
it reminds me of the intro to Crowley's Book of the Law. Who knows? It's probably where he got it from. Brought to dig into his repressed memories. Yeah. But have you read the Haynes Workshop Manual for the Klingon Bird of Prey? I have not. Okay. All right. Well, we are getting to that time.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good, because the camera said bye-bye.
Yeah, I catch your camera. I was worried. Are you still with us?
I know. It's one of
okay.
those things where I have 2 spare batteries that I've forgotten to charge the spare battery. So I was like, we're at the end, so it's fine. You've seen my pretty face for an hour and 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Hello?
Oh yeah, I'm right here.
Oh, you're still here. Okay. I had a little weird audio feedback thing there.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, see, that's what happens. That's why I'm just like, you always have to talk and see the little circle moving because you don't know if the person's there. Yeah, I always try and be on camera.
Cool. Alrighty. It tells you to read the book and burn the book immediately afterwards. You're all lucky to see it. Yeah. It's fine. Tech issues or the norm on the show. Yeah.
Yes.
It's especially back before I upgraded my internet. It was terrible. But anyway, yeah, so it is that time, and we've got to get everybody over to the next program in the block, which is, of course, Doctor Who over on Troy Pacelli's channel, as they're going to wrap up the Crusades season 2 with the original. The true original First Doctor, William Hartnell. So, Rachel, tell the folks what you're going to be up to.
All right. Tomorrow, mystery movie. I am hoping it's going to be Buddy. I am praying that it's going to be Buddy. And then I'll be back here on your channel for the mystery movie on Tuesday. I will be on Toxic's channel on Thursday at 1 p.m. for his Toxic on Tap. And that's it for this week. Yeah. Oh, I'll be releasing, sorry. That's right. In case you missed it, I'm working on that. So in case you missed it for April, it will be coming out.
Right on.
All right.
As for myself, I will be, even though I'm not going to be getting the mystery movie in my area, unfortunately, but I will be there regardless to host a program Tuesday night at 7, a mystery movie night podcast, whatever that movie may be. I'm thinking probably most likely Buddy. We'll see. Because I've been hearing rumors some other people might be getting a different movie. But anyway, whatever the movie might be, I will be there to host with Rachel, and I think Enigma's going, and whoever is whoever receives tomorrow night's movie. So right after that, at 8:30, will be the next episode of Live from Sparkwood 21, as Troy Netter Boomer and myself discuss episode 18 from season 2 of Twin Peaks. Thursday at 5:30, I am going to be joining Outlaw Bill for Action Theater. We are going to be watching Earth versus the Flying Saucers from 1956. And then later on that night, at 11 p.m. is my program Coming Attractions, where you get to find out what I am going to be up to the next week. Oh, I also do want to remind everybody tomorrow, since there is no mystery movie for me, I am going to be reviewing Mutiny, Jason Statham and Mutiny, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And I'm going to give you my honest opinion on it. So check that out. All right. So, Rachel, any last words before we wrap it up?
Oh, thank you so much for having me on. Thank you, everyone in the chat. And this was great. I can't wait for watching more. Get more people on. Have them talk about themselves. It's lovely. Thank you, Deleted.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hope to have you back soon. All right. As for myself, thank you all very much for joining us for this program. Don't forget to hit the like, share out the stream, do all the clicky algorithmic things that YouTube likes. Subscribe to Proctophile, as I did this week. Subscribe to Connie's channel. Thank you to everybody who was in the chat. Thank you to everybody lurking in the background. Perfectly fine. You don't have to engage with the chat, just as long as you enjoy the show. Hit the like, all that good stuff. Memberships are available on my channel. Member stream coming soon. Stay tuned for details. And as I say at the end of every broadcast from HQ in all points north, south, east, west, and beyond, good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.
Bye.
It's even odd Neuronins back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture films in the world we see. Deleted scenes where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Yeah. Steam out on your YouTube, bro, let's roll.
That's all, folks.